Welcome here from Zagreb. I'm again in the center at the main square, at the Jelačić square. That was the governor of Habsburg Empire, Croatia, and he was of course extremely important personality. He basically defeated the Hungarians, yes Mr. Orban, the Hungarians in the decisive years of the revolution. I'm actually more ideologically aligned to the people of Vienna, who were then crushed by the Imperial Army. So I have no illusions that the poor Upper Austrian students or Viennese students, who I feel somehow ideologically aligned with as a student, eternal student representative, and they were crushed by the Imperial Army. So I don't say, we cannot compare all these things over time, but he is a great hero of Croatian freedom, there is no doubt, and he was then the governor, and Croatia is now independent and free, and I'm sure he would be very happy to have the full Western integration of Croatia completed over time. Now it's 2022 and Croatia is in Schengen, is in the Eurozone, is in Nato since 2009, and George Bush was coming here and crying at the moment because it was a momentous achievement from a country who broke away from first the Austrian Empire and then Yugoslavia, and had a very turbulent history throughout his whole entire history here at the borderline between the Europe and the Ottoman Empire historically, and of course then the borderline with Yugoslavia, with Serb aggressiveness, and with the whole disasters of history. Now the whole circle and the long journey towards the west of Croatia is completed, and that's something to celebrate. I'm very happy. All nations in Europe should be in NATO, in the EU, in the Euro, in Schengen, in OECD, and fully integrated in our prosperity zone. But it's of course now a lot of things still to be done. I have outlined the vision for Croatia in the next 10 years to build this fast train from Vienna to Graz, to Zagreb, to basically Dubrovnik, and then to Podgorica, to bring a lot of prosperity to the heartlands of Croatia with modern infrastructure, to also develop Croatia as a federal state. That's very important in the Austrian, German, American principle, to bring more prosperity to all regions, to invite more people to be more open, to have a labor market, a pan-European labor market, including Ukraine and the Balkans, to have all the Western Balkan countries, especially Bosnia and Kosovo, in NATO, and then later in the EU and the Euro, of course, like Kosovo and Montenegro has it, to be a very strong supporter of EU integration of Montenegro and Albania, and of course Macedonia, now very fast, and all the good countries who are with us to be supported, and to Serbia to be isolated. And I think that's the best policy for Austria, for Croatia, and Croatia also not to be the warriors of Austria like in the past, or the warriors for anybody else, but to be also active to get Austria in NATO, Kosovo in NATO, Bosnia in NATO, Ukraine in NATO, and that you also reconsider this failed decision to abandon or not to participate in the training mission. Because which country knows better to liberate its territory than Croatia? You did it successfully with American and European help in '95, and the same should be now done in the case of Ukraine, and you know how to do that. You should be a great help. Actually, you should send soldiers to Ukraine and not to reject to train them. Yes, this is the way, and I'm very happy to show you this beautiful square. I'm happy to be back again. I came here first time, I think it was in '94, during the war, still supporting, and I'm happy that I can here now celebrate this historic moment with you here in Croatia. And I'm sorry that Austria is no longer with you, and we are now a pro-Russian country with failed Nehammer and Schüssel. But you have your own problem with your president. It's Orban who is the conduit of all this disastrous Russian policy and payment attached to it. That's a tragedy, but you have to take now the leadership as the adult in the room in the Balkans, and don't mess up Bosnia, but help Bosnia in NATO. This is the better policy, and this is what I hope Croatia will be doing now as a full member of the Western world, to really have a very good policy. And then also the reward must be that Germany is ready to invest more in redistributing, to build the infrastructure together which you deserve and you need in order to keep population and attract new people. And your wonderful country, wonderful people. I'm sure a lot of people will want to live in this wonderful place. And it's now fully in Europe, and that will be very attractive for a lot of people, as me as well, actually. I hope you're happy with that one. But one day to retire at the Croatian coast is certainly the dream of many people in Austria and Germany. So why not? And in France and many other people. They have actually also a very nice coast in France, and they have a train which goes in 3.5 hours from Paris to Nice and from Vienna to Dubrovnik. It should be 3.5 hours in the future. And that's what we can achieve and we should achieve together. But first, the Graz-Zagreb train, please. Because tomorrow I will be in the Flixbus again. And it's 6 hours and I have to go to massage afterwards. Anyhow, thanks a lot. Congratulations, Croatia, and more to come from this beautiful country in the coming days. Bye. Thank you.